video is going to be just another get ready with me, and today I decided to use a bunch of affordable makeup products for you guys. This is going to be a full face of drugstore and affordable makeup products. I kind of have been wanting to dive back into my more affordable products in my collection, and I know we can get caught up in like using all of the like more expensive brands that we have because we want to use more of those products because, you know, like they're expensive. So we want to use them when we can because they're obviously more of an investment to pick up. But I have been kind of dabbling back into my drugstore products, and I, pretty much use this primer almost every day. And I also use drugstore primers on also a daily basis. And I pretty much have switched all of my primers to drugstore. But I just really wanted to, showcase some really good products that you can get at the drugstore. I know that drugstore prices have been going up quite a bit, and I did want to talk about that because I haven't really talked about drugstore makeup in quite a while, so I thought that would be fun. So for my eyes, I just primed, of course, with my Colourpop Party Proof Primer. You can actually find this at Ulta. So Colourpop, I know, isn't a drugstore brand, but you guys know I use them pretty much on a daily basis. If I'm not using their makeup, I'm always using this Luxe Lip Oil. Colourpop makes my favorite lip oil formula, to be honest. I don't really like... The only other one I really liked was the Lila B one. But that one kind of went off in like not even 2 years. This one doesn't smell like super fresh anymore, but it still works and it's still really nice. So I'm going to use it until I use it up. But I always use a Luxe Lip Oil from Colourpop to nourish my lips while I'm doing the rest of my makeup. So let me pull up my sweater. I just bought this sweater from Lucky yesterday. It's just, I'm a little bit warm right now because I did just shower. So it is a pretty warm sweater. I'm not sure what the temperature is today, but we'll see. So now I'm just going to use my favorite affordable powder, which is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh powder. I love this powder so much, as you guys can see. I'm literally scraping the sides of it. I actually already bought a backup of this because this has become like one of my all-time favorite powders in my collection. I literally never shut up about this powder, but it truly is probably my favorite powder I've ever tried. I love it so much. It's just so lightweight, but literally smooths out my makeup in the most beautiful way, and it's only like 10 bucks. So okay, I know we're using quite a bit of Colourpop in the beginning, but I want to go in with my Not a Box of Chocolates palette. I think I did do another look with this on my channel a couple weeks back, but I want to jump back into these shades, and I kind of want to use the more like deeper burgundy tones today. So I've been kind of really into like very chocolatey, cool tone looks lately, and I've been getting so many compliments every time I wear those tones on my eyes. Like I am very into like cooler neutrals and chocolatey browns and more not really grayish tone, but like cooler tones like these in the winter time, and that's usually when I'm into those types of shades. I don't really wear cooler tones in the spring and summer. Really only like the winter time is when I'm really feeling these types of neutral shades. So for my crease, I mean, even though I wanted to go with something a little bit warmer today, but I want to stick with like these shades down here. So which one am I going to use? Which one am I going to use? Can I speak English? I want to use like these 3 shades, but I also really want to deepen up within Truffle. I think I'm going to start out with Tiramisu. I usually start out with that shade. It's such a pretty base shade. But also like, should I use Amaretto? I don't know. They're all so pretty. Now I'm like torn. I think I'm going to use Tiramisu. It's a really pretty color. It's definitely deeper than what I would expect to start with, but it blends out really nicely to almost like a medium toned brown. So that's what we're going for. So it should be fine. So I'm using my Colourpop Limoncello brushes. I pretty much use these brushes with anything. I use them with any type of formula for eyeshadow. It could be drugstore, it could be high-end, it could be Colourpop, and I'm using these brushes because they're amazing. And I've recommended Colourpop brushes so much on my channel, but honestly, if you don't like the makeup, their brushes are the best affordable brushes I've ever tried. They are so ridiculously soft, they don't shed at all, and they're just like, I cannot believe how soft this brush is and how long it's lasted me. And I beat up this brush every day, like better than my Sephora Pro brush that I bought a few years ago. That one went scratchy on me. The Oden's Eye ones are also really good too. The Game Beauty brush that I just got is amazing. But as far as affordable brushes go, I would just pick up one of the Colourpop sets because they do sales on their brush sets so often, and you can get like a 12 piece brush set for like $30. That's an amazing price. And they really do amazing holiday sales for their brushes when like Black Friday, Cyber Monday roll around. They were doing like their brush sales for like $30 or like not even $30 for the full brush sets. And I was so tempted to pick them up, but I was like, I don't really need all those brushes because I have like quite a bit of brushes from Colourpop, even though I end up using these ones pretty much every single day. I just love the shape of this one. It's so pretty. I mean, I just love the shape of it because it blends out my eyeshadow so well, and it's so ridiculously soft. I don't know why I said it's so pretty. I meant to say the shade is so pretty. So I'm just going to continue buffing this out. So I don't really have anything extravagant planned today. I'm just getting ready to see my boyfriend soon. Even though he hasn't texted me yet. I haven't seen him since like Wednesday. Today's actually I think Tuesday. So I haven't seen him since Tuesday, and today's Saturday. So yeah. And then tomorrow I have inventory for work, and then I'm off for the rest of the week until Saturday because I told my boss that I can't really work as much because I only really have weekend availability now. So now for my crease, like the defining shade, I'm going to take Crazy for Cocoa, and then I think I'm going to deepen up with That's Rich. Or maybe I'm going to use this one and then this one because I want it to be deep and smoky. So I think I'm going to use That's Rich. I was about to say That's R. Like not even finish what the shade is actually called. But I want it to be deep and chocolatey because that's what I've been really into lately for neutral looks. But I love how like we go through phases on like really loving warm tone creases for neutral looks, or really light crease, looks, with like a really light brown and something not as dramatic. And now I've been more into like more dramatic, smoky brown, cool toned neutral looks. I've just really been liking how they look more deep and dramatic. And a lot of people have been responding to me wearing these types of looks, and it's been nice. I mean, I don't do like, makeup for other people to, give me compliments. I do what I am into. I don't care what somebody says, but it is nice to get the compliments sometimes. But sometimes I'm like so shy. I'm like, thanks. Like, I don't know what to say, but thanks, But you just have to have the confidence to accept a compliment. It's like people are complimenting you for a reason, That's just me. So I'm just defining this a bit more. I really love how that looks. And then for the outer corners, I'm going to deepen it up with this shade in Truffle, which is this shade right here. I love how we have so many deepening options in this palette, so you can really go deep and dark with the shades. And I love that they did that. Again, a lot of people responded to this palette because it did sell out. Or I think that most of the collection sold out. I'm not sure if the palette is sold out right now. But also, Colourpop need to work on their restocks lately. Like, they're honestly even worse than last year. They really haven't restocked much. I still haven't been able to pick up the clear lip oil that I use literally religiously. I've used up like 3 of those, and that's the one I usually go through. But at least it's been giving me an opportunity to go through the rest of my Luxe lip oils, so I'll end up using up all of them. So that's been kind of cool. So I'm just deepening that up too on the outer corner. So I might just get some more reading done if he doesn't respond to me right away. I feel like I'm not going to go over there until like 4 o'clock today, but I just felt like doing my makeup now. This one has quite a bit of kick up in the pan. I know a lot of people like loved this palette, but it did have more kickback for me than some other palettes that they came out with this year. I still think the formula is great in this palette. Like, the shades aren't powdery when you put them on your eyes. They're very pigmented, but just keep that in mind that there is a lot of kickback for this palette. So see, I have like a bunch of fallout on the bottom, but that only really happens. Me and my group chat on Instagram are talking about the new, but like I was saying before, I forget, do your eyes first before you do your base if you decide to get this palette, because you're going to get some fallout underneath your eyes, unless you're not that type of person. But for me, I cannot believe that I used to do my base first, and now I am just such a stan for doing your eyes first, because also like it kind of gives your face a little bit more time to breathe, and I feel like my skin is not as dry if I don't go in with my foundation first, and then it just gives me a lot more freedom and wiggle room to blend out my eyeshadow, and I don't have to worry about cleaning up the mess underneath until after I do my eye look. So it definitely has been a game changer for me. So for my lid, really want to go into the deep burgundy wine colored shimmer, and that one is called Cherry Cordial, and it's so pretty, and I thought it would be perfect for this look. This one is such a gorgeous shade. I love red toned kind of shimmers, and this one's really pretty. And I love, like I've said before, I think I did use this in a look. I can't even remember if I just used this in another Get Ready With Me, but I don't think I did. I think it was like in like December. But that is just so gorgeous. That's so pretty. So me and my group chat are talking about the new Nomad release. It just got revealed today. And originally, I wasn't sure if I was going to get it, because if you guys know, if you watched my channel last year, I really just got sucked into Nomad, and it was the first year that I had tried the brand, and I ended up picking up 3 palettes. This palette that they just dropped, though, looks gorgeous, and I determined that I was going to buy it because it really is truly stunning, because it's like a dual-sided Romeo and Juliet themed palette, because their destination this time was Verona, Italy, and I actually have been to Italy. That was the last like huge trip that I went on, because again, I have not really traveled much. The only really times that I traveled in the past like 10 years was like literally just in the on my East Coast, like New York, Connecticut, right? It's the East Coast, not the West Coast. Yes, because we're EST. It is the East Coast. Oh my God, I always mess that up. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. It's been a long week. I'm tired. I mean, it really hasn't even been that much for me, but I'm just tired. Also, it's like really cloudy out again, which like does not help. Like, I don't think we've seen the sun for like 3 days here because it like rained a couple of days ago all day, and then yesterday it was still pretty overcast, and then today it's overcast too. So it just drains your energy sometimes. It's crazy how much as humans that we depend on the sun. But anyway, I haven't traveled in so long, but the last big trip that I went on was right out of high school. Me and my sister did a Europe tour, and we went to 5 different countries, and it was the best trip of my whole life. I literally cannot wait to go back to Europe. am definitely making that one of my goals. And I also want to go to Japan. I want to go to like a cruise. I want to go to New Zealand really badly. I want to go to Ireland, like all those types of places. I don't really want to go anywhere that's cold. I also want to go to like the Caribbean. Like I want to go to Hawaii. I want to go to like Turks and Caicos, I heard is gorgeous. So like stuff like that. I'm a very tropic kind of person because I love warmer weather. I'm not really a cold kind of person. I hate the cold. So if I have to travel to somewhere that's even colder, I'm not really feeling that. So, but me and my boyfriend might go skiing at some point, maybe next year or like the end of this year, because he's always wanted to take me skiing. So that would be fun. But I would only do that once and then never do it again because I'm not a cold girl person. So let me just go grab my sponge. Okay, so I just went ahead and put my hair up because the foundation I'm using, the foundation that I am using, I haven't used in a while, and it's kind of a little bit of a messy applicator, so. Okay, so I'm just going to spray my face with my usual 4th Ray Beauty Spray. Let me just check something really quick. No, it should be fine. So how are you guys doing? How is your week going? I'm going to use the Baby Skin primer from Maybelline. This is one of my favorites. It's a really nice one. I'm just trying to use this one up. I don't know if this one. Oh, okay. That's quite a lot of product. I thought it wasn't coming out for a second. I'm like, oh, oh my goodness. Okay. So yeah, nothing else is really going on for me that's that like exciting right now. My life has been a little bit boring this month, but at the same time, I do have, like I said, I have a lot of things to look forward to this year. I just want them to happen already. I'm so excited to go to California for my sister's wedding. Oh yeah, what I was saying about, all right, this should be fine. It really does not smell at all. So today I'm using a foundation that I have not used in so long. And it's just been like sitting in my drawer for months. And I just finally decided to whip it out today. And I think that this foundation is okay because it has more alcohol in it. So it lasts longer because this is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation in the dewy version. I have long since decluttered the original one that I had because I never really liked that one all that much. I also didn't go in with too much because I don't want to put too much of it on. The only thing that I don't love about this foundation is the applicator because that wand can get really messy, but I actually did a decent job of not getting it all over the place today. But I didn't want to go in with too much. I wanted to go in with a very light layer because we're not looking for too much coverage today, but I might go in with a bit more because this might be a little bit too light. But also the concealer I'm using is kind of a bit more coverage than I thought it would be, and I think I've used it on camera before, and I've said that before, but I'm gonna repeat it again for people that haven't seen my other videos if you haven't checked them out. So, what's on your list makeup wise this year? Are you like kind of taking a back seat? Like, what are your thoughts about the releases this year? I think that Nomad and Blend Bunny really started off strong this year. I think they're going to come out with some killer releases this year. I think we're just seeing the beginning of what we have in store. I think indie brands are going to kick butt this year. They already kicked butt last year, but this year I think they're going to kill it. So, actually, I don't think I need any more. I just wanted a little bit more on my cheeks. We'll just do that. Because I feel like I did not put enough on. Yeah, that's good. So yeah, what I was saying about Italy and my Europe trip is that we went to 4 different places in Italy when we went there. And Italy was actually our last country that we went to, and we pretty much spent a full week in Italy. We spent 3 days in Florence. We spent a day in Verona. We spent a day in Venice, and we spent a day in Pisa. And it was amazing. Like, that was such a great way to experience Italy, but I am dying to go to Rome and Greece. I would love to go there. So I mean, I've always wanted to go back to Italy. I literally fell in love with it. You really can fall in love with Italy when you go there. It is gorgeous and the food is phenomenal. But you know what's funny is that the other place that actually has some of the best food I've ever had is Austria. Because we first went to France, then we went to Germany, and then we went to Austria. And then we went to Italy, and then at the end we went to Switzerland. It was just a phenomenal trip. And the last day that we were in Italy, we actually made a stop in Tuscany to have a Tuscan breakfast before we headed back to Switzerland. We didn't spend the day there. We just went there for a breakfast, but I wish we could have spent the whole day there, but it was still really cool just to be there. It was oh my god, Tuscany is so gorgeous. If you've ever seen Under the Tuscan Sun, you understand how gorgeous it is. Me and my sister wanted to live there after we watched that movie, and we watched that movie like all the time. I need a little bit more concealer. That looks really good with this foundation. I cannot believe again how long, oh my god. Of course, I have so much concealer on my sponge. I didn't realize that was there. Okay, let's blend that out a little bit more. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What are you doing? Why is there a line there? That is so annoying. Concealer disaster. We can fix that with when we blend out the concealer underneath my eyes, but I cannot believe that I did that, but whatever. This is what happens. We correct our mistakes. That's how we're gonna learn, right? Our makeup application isn't always gonna be perfect. Even after doing makeup for years, we still make mistakes. I make mistakes every day, so we're not striving for perfection. We learn from our mistakes, people. This concealer does not want to blend out for me today. I'm kind of getting a bit annoyed. Okay, do not get the concealer in your eye, Caitlin. Please don't do that. All right, that's better. So it was gorgeous, and the Nomad teasers were, you know, pretty much everybody had figured out from the first teaser that it was somewhere in Italy because of the sculptures that they teased. And then after they teased another 2 statues or sculptures, pretty much everybody got that it was Verona, Italy. And then, like, the 3rd or 4th clue, that they teased was literally Romeo and Juliet's balcony in Verona. And I actually have been there to see the balcony on where the most famous play in the world pretty much took place. And one of the most famous lines is, there's so many famous lines from that play, but the fact that even, like, the first opening, narration is so famous. Like, the first line is, "In fair Verona, where we lay our scene." Do you realize how famous that is? Like, okay, I feel like I need a little bit more concealer on this side. I forgot I still have some on my hand. And I was literally gonna put some more on my hand, but I literally have more right here. So I just needed a little bit more coverage on this side since there's more on the other side. Okay, that's better. And it's amazing. It's so cool to go there, and I really just want to go back. Okay, so for my powder, I decided to whip out this e.l.f. HD powder, and this is actually a really amazing powder. I usually use my Rare Beauty powder every day, but this is also a great powder too. It's really, really good. And it's very lightweight. It blurs out really nicely. Like, blurs your under eyes really nicely. It's a very lightweight powder, and I love it. I haven't used it in I don't know how long, because I use the Rare Beauty one almost every day, but this one is really good too. And it's crazy, like, how lightweight it feels. I used to use the e.l.f. HD under eye powder, like, religiously. I went through, I think, like 2 of those. But then I decided to buy this one, and this is really amazing too, just to set your under eyes. Sorry, he texted me. Okay. So, it's amazing how even though I cleaned off my desk with my mom, how I still don't have room for some things. I still didn't wipe that concealer off my hand. Let's do that. I am getting stuff in my eye too. So yeah, how is your year going? I would love to know. I'm excited to go on these trips this year. I did just film a Get Ready With Me yesterday, and I wasn't going to film today, but then I was like, I realized that I picked out all these affordable products. I'm like, why don't I just film with them? So I decided to pick up watching Succession last night. I actually started it with my boyfriend, but I never got back into it because I got so hooked on Yellowstone and I wanted to watch all of that. But I've always wanted to go back and watch it, so I started watching it again last night. I'm like halfway through the first season, because I watched like a few episodes with him, and it's really, really good. So I'm very excited to get into that show. It's very, very highly rated. Like, some of their finale episodes are like 9.8 on IMDb. I'm like, that's a really, really high rating, so I'm very excited. Okay, so for the liner, I'm just going to use this LA Girl Precision Liner in the shade brown. I think I used this in my last Get Ready With Me, so it's a really beautiful chocolatey brown. And they're very pigmented. I don't feel like smudging anything today, so I'm being lazy. I'm not sure what we're going to eat today. I think we're going to get this place that we really love called Flavorable. It's so funny because, like, they were, like, a newer place that opened, like, a year ago. And, we weren't sure because we wanted to try like something new because we always order from like the same 5 places, but we always know that they're gonna be good, so we order from them all the time. But this place had like really high ratings, and when we decided to try it for the first time, we fell in love. It's so good, so I think we're gonna get that today. Oh, I love their food. It's always so freaking hot, and it's always so fresh and so freaking good. My mouth is watering, so I think that's what we're gonna get. Okay, so for my inner corners, I always use this shade Champagne Truffle because it's such a gorgeous inner corner highlight, so that's what we're gonna go with. And I'm just gonna take it and put it on my inner corners. So yeah, Succession's really good. I'm excited to watch more of it. I only got like a half hour into the episode I was watching last night, and then I started falling asleep already, so. But there's also like a ton of movies I want to watch again. I did watch a couple the past couple of days. I watched In the Heat of the Night with my mom. I've been wanting to watch that for a long time. That was really good. And it was free on Amazon during Martin Luther King weekend. And then, like I said, I did watch Death Becomes Her, and I loved that movie. So I did watch a couple of movies lately. But of course, there's like 10 gajillion more I've added to my list. And I also have some on my list on Amazon. I might watch one of them tomorrow. But I do really want to start my outline tomorrow for school. And I have some reading to do tonight. I did like half of the reading last night because it's like 30 pages. So I read about like 15 pages. They're like long pages because it's like a textbook. And then I'll finish that reading tonight when I get home. And then I'll watch more Succession. Okay. And then I have to do this outline tomorrow. I'm going to have a lot of time at home tomorrow before I go to inventory because I don't have to be there until 6 o'clock. So I'm going to spend most of the day working on my outline. And then that will be it for schoolwork this week. Once I finish the outline, I don't have any other schoolwork to do for now. I haven't done an outline in so long. Usually for me, like what I did for the paper for my winter class is that I just wrote down a bunch of brainstorming ideas and then I just used that to write my paper. I'm not really much of an outline person, but for this, I think it's definitely going to help since this is more of a research paper. It's not due until the end of April. Is it April or May that this semester ends? I think it's the end of April. And I think classes end like the first week of May. I hope it doesn't affect me going away to finish my classes because I'm supposed to go away at the end of April if I decide to for my sister's bachelorette party. So, I don't know yet. That looks so pretty. I'm in love. Excuse me. Okay, I don't think this is blended to perfection, but I wanted to pop on a bit more of the brow bone highlight because I kind of got a little bit of that brown up there. I don't know why that happened. And this one is higher than this one. I don't know why that always happens too. Okay, that is much better. I like how that looks, so I'm leaving it alone. Okay, so for my lash primer, I'm going to use this Essence one. I've been really enjoying this one. It's really good, you know, to use more affordable products. And where is my Act Natural mascara from Colourpop? Here it is. Okie dokie. I don't like letting the lash primer sit too long because it can kind of make our lashes a little dry. So I'm just going to put this on. So hopefully, like, one of my goals for this year was to make more time for my friends, because literally, this is what I wanted to talk about. The last couple of months of the year for me were so busy. And what's crazy is that I thought I was going to be more busy being back in school, but I made it my business. Like, I mean, even though they cut our hours anyway, and then for the mascara, I'm going to go with the Act Natural mascara, like I said, in the shade, I was about to say blue, brown by Colourpop. But it was one of my goals to make more time to see my friends this year. So I'm very happy that I have seen a couple of my friends to catch up with. I still have to see 2 of my girlfriends soon. I'm not sure when that's going to happen because her dog is her dog was having a health scare like a week ago. So I'm not sure when she's available, but me and my other friend have like tickets to go into the city again. And we want to go to a comedy show because the last time we went into the city was like mid-December, and when we were going into the city, the what do you call them? They're not the conductor, like the ticket checker. I know they have a name, I just can't remember it right now. He didn't check our tickets going in, so we still have a free ride in, but we would have to get tickets going back. But what we really want to do is go to a comedy show because me and my friend have actually never been to one, and I've always wanted to go to one in the city, so that's definitely what we're doing next time. I'm hoping we can do that because our tickets expire in 3 weeks. So maybe we will do that either this coming week or the first week of February. I think it's going to be more so the first week of February. I'm hoping that we can do that. I'm not sure if they have to like watch their dog now, like, and they can't really go out much. I'm not really sure. I don't know if they need somebody to like dog sit for them, or maybe she'll drop him off at her sister's house here because her sister lives really close to me. She's the one I'm usually seeing for all the summer barbecues. She like literally lives down the street from me. Like not even 5 minutes. But her sister lives in Queens, so she has to make more of a trek to get here. But hopefully we'll be able to do that before our tickets expire, because we actually had bought tickets in the summertime that we never got to use because I made a mistake thinking that the train was going to be running that day. But they were doing maintenance that day, and it was after we had already bought our tickets, and then we never ended up using them because we ended up having to drive to the city because they were doing maintenance on the frickin' train. That was awful, but we never ended up using those tickets to go back to the city because I really just, when I go to the city, I try to save up for my city trips, and then I can only afford that trip. And I also had to save after that because I was going to the city again in September and October for a Panic concert and then for Comic-Con. So, yeah. And then by the time I was going to those tickets that I got with my friends in July had expired. It really sucks because they used to last like 6 months to a year, and now it's not even like 3 months. It sucks. And there's no point of getting a refund because they literally charge a freaking fee of like $12 just to send the ticket back. So you only really get a refund for a one-way ticket. Even though you buy a round-trip ticket, you're only getting a refund for going into the city, not going back, or vice versa. So it's really not even worth getting a refund. You just have to use them. But we ended up not using them because we never made it back until September. So Anyway, I'm going to use the Colourpop Matte Bronzer in the shade Alviva Beach. You know that this is like my favorite. So obviously I had to use it today. I really love how this foundation looks. I can't believe how long it's been since I've used it. I might actually whip it out a bit more. Because even though I love my tinted moisturizers, I use them so often. I kind of, wanted a little bit of variety. And it's like, you know what? Let me dig back into my other foundations that I haven't used in a while. And this foundation has been sitting in the back of my drawer, I'm telling you, for months. So I'm glad I finally was able to whip it out and use it today. And it looks beautiful. But I don't think I sprayed my face again, so my face is a little dry. Whoops. So anyway, excited for that, but that would be like the only thing that would be coming up for me in February. Other than that, again, like I'm really just trying to focus on my schoolwork and all of that, not working that much and catching up with friends here or there because it's been really nice to see some of my friends, so. Like I saw this meme before saying like life isn't just about working and being exhausted. You have to go out and do things and experience life. And I'm like, I need to see more of my friends. So, okay. So for my blush, I'm going to use the shade Rosa Romantica from Milani. This is a really beautiful like nude toned pinky shade. But I also think it's going to work for this look because it's not too pink. It's more of like a rosy, neutral, brownish shade, and I love it. So that looks really pretty. And I'm going to use it over here as well, obviously. But I wanted to use a couple of Milani products today, too. So I only really used like 4 brands on my face. Colourpop, Wet n Wild, and Milani. Actually, only like 3. And Maybelline. For like the lower lashes and the primer. Okay, so just like that looks really pretty. And then for my highlighter, I swear I could blend out my blush for 10 million years and never be satisfied, but I think that looks really pretty. I'm going to use a Milani highlighter, and I also use NYX for my concealer, so I did use a little bit of NYX. I'm going to use this baked highlighter in the shade Champagne d'Oro. I love this shade. It's so gorgeous. Milani makes some stunning highlighters. And so does Wet n Wild, and so does Maybelline. Maybelline makes some stunning highlighters as well. Okay, that looks a bit dry, but we're just going to build it up some more because this one is actually stunning. Yeah, that's really pretty. I don't know about my application though, but I don't know. Sometimes I can apply it a little bit wonky, but it looks really pretty, so. I also think I need to clean this brush again already. I mean, I did clean it like a week ago, but I feel like it gets so easily dirty now that like my highlighters perform better when I clean it more often. I mean, I use a spot cleaner every day, but sometimes that can make it a bit stiff. So let me just see what this looks like. It's a little bit dry looking. That looks pretty. We just need to build it up some more. Yeah, that looks way better. Yeah, that's pretty. Y'all know I'm a sucker for golds. So yeah, I ended up ordering the Colourpop palette, and now I'm going to end up ordering the Nomad palette. And I'm kind of kicking myself. I just didn't wait for the Nomad one. But what I wish that Nomad would do is release like more than just an eyeshadow palette. I mean, of course their eyeshadow palettes are beautiful, and it's just been making me more intrigued in their color stories and their palettes. But it would be cool if they released like a blush or a highlighter with this collection, because I thought like a pinky toad pinky toned mauve blush would have been really pretty with this collection, and like some kind of lippy. But I know they're more so an eyeshadow focused brand. But really the only other products that they released last year that weren't eyeshadows, like that wasn't an eyeshadow palette, was with the Feats de Provence collection. They released 4 glosses with that collection. And a lot of people responded to those. I mean, I didn't buy them because I really just don't wear gloss anymore. Like, I have to be honest with myself that I'm not really a gloss person that much anymore. I'm more so of just a regular lipstick person. What did I just drop? I dropped my e.l.f. Wow Brow. Okay, so for my brow gel, I'm just going to use my Colourpop Brow Boss Gel. And then we'll do the lips and we'll be done. But that would be cool. But I get that they're more of an eyeshadow focused brand, but I just really hope that they expand their products a bit more this year, because they used to do highlighters with their collections. And I'm like, your highlighter formula is so amazing. I hope that they decide to do more highlighters because they're amazing. Maybe for their summer collection. Who knows? Okay, but what do I know? Like, it's their brand. It would just be cool to see. Okay, so for my lips, I'm going to go in with a nude from Milani. Another Milani product. This is the shade Nude Innocence. And I know I just mentioned this in my declutter tag video, but it kind of inspired me to use it. So we're going to use it today. I haven't used it in a while. It is a really pretty nude shade. Okay, that does look really pretty with this. Why is my nose running already? Always at the end of my makeup application. Does that happen to anybody else? It's kind of a pinky tone nude, but it's not too pink, so it works really nicely with this look. And it looks really pretty with this blush. I'm just going to finish this up off camera. It's really pretty though. Okay, you guys, so this is the finished look. Here are the eyes, the cheeks, and the lips. I hope you guys enjoyed this affordable makeup look, and let me know what your favorite affordable makeup products are. I really would like to know. Is there something that you just can't live without that I need to try? Because that would be really cool. I love hearing your recommendations. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram at CBW819 and check out my Poshmark at the same handle. I really love how this look turned out. It's really pretty. So I hope y'all have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.